is Greencastle-Antrim Blue Devils basketball.
I just had this official today. He's everywhere. He must live in Franklin County to get assigned that many
Franklin County games.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
Good gravy. The band's just playing away.
This reminds me of the first game I ever did was with Mike up in Northern. And we sat in the corner right by the band. The polar bear was jumping around. Something else was happening. I couldn't stop laughing. And Mike's like, what's wrong? I'm like, there just can't be more things happening in this corner.
That's funny. You ready?
Whenever you are, let me know.
Let me get Darby ready here. You ready? Okay.
Good.
Okay, let me touch
that says.
Yeah, let me touch this. Okay, we're good.
This is a production of MidPennBroadcasting.com, where over 70 local sporting events a year stream live to your PC, laptop, phone, and tablet. Are you ready? This is Greencastle-Antrim Blue Devils basketball on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Shippensburg and Shippensburg Area High School for tonight's Colonial Division matchup between the visiting Greencastle-Antrim Blue Devils and the Shippensburg Greyhounds. Tonight's game brought to you by F&M Trust. Pay less rate and get more great this fall with a special offer for a home equity line of credit. Learn more at FNMTrustonline.com, an equal housing lender. Antrim Insurance, your local area insurance agent. Waste management, environmentally friendly technologies, and advanced innovations. Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency serving the tri-state area for 35 years. Lectron Comfort Solutions, serving all of Franklin County with professional service and installation. And Klein Stores, New York City, Atlantic City, and more. KleinStores.net for complete tour schedule. I'm Greg Hoover, along with Rick Lewis on the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com. Our pregame show is brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local area insurance agent serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Shippensburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding area. Antrim Insurance, 169 South Antrim Way, Greencastle, 1685 East Main Street in Waynesboro. Christmas came late for the Blue Devils, and from the most unexpected gift giver, the Waynesboro Indians, as the Chargers of Coach Tom Huffman pulled the Colonial Division's upset of the year on Tuesday with a very solid 60-51 win over the Shippensburg Greyhound. The last place team knocking off the first place team doesn't happen very often, and that sets up the game tonight. The winner will control his destiny in the quest for the divisional championship. Though I said an early Christmas gift, that may not be the case. They could have shaken the doldrums from the Shippensburg team, who has lost 5 out of the last 6 ball games, or worse yet, Rick, just made them downright mad.
Well, good evening, Greg, and it's an exciting night tonight. The band's playing, the place is filling up, and I think you're right. I think there's no question these are the best 2 teams in the division. And I guess the next question is, Shippensburg's probably the most talented. So at that point, they probably have not played up to their potential this season, and I think Coach David would second that. They've had glimpses. Greencastle had a shot to knock them off earlier, 47-41 in the game that Greencastle really controlled for most of it until the end. So the question is, can the Blue Devils rise to the occasion, continue to play? That they've hit a little stumbling block, so hopefully they can get things moving. But I think more of a question is, how will Shippensburg perform than how Greencastle will play?
I think that's the question here tonight, too. You know, I talked to, I've seen Waynesboro play 6 times. Tom Huffman said to me after the ball game, he says, you've seen us play a lot. He says, did we take different shots? What did we do differently? And I said, you know what you did differently? He goes, yeah, we made shots that we hadn't made all year, but they were great shots. And they really did. They got double-figure scoring out of 4 of their ball players. Just a great all-around game. And you know how that goes, that momentum thing we talked about. Here comes Shippensburg. They're losing a few games. Waynesboro gets on a roll, down their heads go. They just couldn't do anything right, and Waynesboro got fired up. Even though it wasn't a really big crowd, they still took advantage of that crowd, and they just played very, very solid basketball, which, we're not jumping ahead, but Waynesboro now becomes someone you have to watch out for throughout the second half of the season. But Greencastle and Shippensburg right now, the winner will control their destiny here in the Colonial Division. Shippensburg is the defending champions. And again, you're right. I think one of the most athletic people in the whole league is Wade Mills. Yep. And I think second is let me find him here. Hickman. I think Hickman has not had the season I thought he possibly could have. I think he's a very talented basketball player, but who knows? And you're right. Do they break out tonight? We certainly hope not against the Blue Devils, but it is one of those situations where I don't know. The Blue Devils are going to have to play well, and we'll talk a little bit about how the Blue Devils will have to respond to this one when we return right after these messages on the F&M Trust Sports Network here on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Had an auto accident? It's common to wonder how things could have turned out differently if only. No regrets! If only you had Erie Insurance. With Erie, instead of regrets, you can focus on putting your mishap behind you. With an Erie rate lock auto policy, your rate won't take a hit, no matter what. It stays put until you change your car, driver, or address. People who treat you fairly, legendary service, great rates. That's what it means to have seriously good insurance for your auto, home, or business. Erie Insurance. See for yourself why Erie received the J.D. Power Award for highest in customer satisfaction with the auto insurance purchase experience 3 years in a row.
Your Erie agent in Greencastle and Waynesboro is Antrim Insurance Agency. Get a quote at AntrimINSPA.com.
Erie rate lock is not available in all states. Limited to 3 years in Virginia. Other conditions and limitations at ErieInsurance.com. For J.D. Power Award information, go to JDPower.com. Erie Insurance.
Everything's falling this season, including F&M Trust home equity rates. With the home equity line of credit from F&M Trust, you can pay less rate and add more great to your life. Get extra funds to pay off high-interest bills, tackle home remodeling projects, or make other big purchases. Apply today, and you'll rake in even more savings with F&M Trust's special introductory rate. For details, connect with any local branch or visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender. Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency, has been serving the tri-state area for 35 years. We specialize in supplies a full range of brand-name uniforms for athletic, work, and medical applications, and a full line of advertising essentials. We have an in-house artist ready to put your ideas to work for you. T-shirts for schools, clubs, churches, and events. Del Martin Incorporated, 21 Sarah Susan Lane, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-5751 or online at delprint.com.
There's nothing like being at the game. The excitement, or this soda cup. Big games generate tons of waste. That's why Waste Management is helping stadiums and businesses reduce waste altogether through recycling and organic composting. To learn more, talk to your local Waste Management representative or visit thinkgreen.com. Live and local. This is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Back to Shippensburg on the F&M Trust Sports Network on Mid-Penn Broadcasting and GameTimePA.com. I'm Greg Hoover. He's Rick Lewis. This one was going to be a big matchup whether Waynesboro won or lost on Tuesday. In fact, Ray Staver said that after the Waynesboro loss. And we look at Shippensburg, but when it comes to the win-loss column, the Blue Devils have had their struggles of late, dropping 2 in a row to the Reds, Red Land and Red Lion. But you put them in perspective, those losses have been to 2 quality teams.
They have, and this is the point of the season we were concerned about going into it. As we said, the season was relatively backloaded. It's no one's fault. It's just the way it all falls. And two good games against Redland and Redline against better competition. Unfortunately came on the short end of both games. Shippensburg's following. And not only is this a big game in the Colonial Division, Greg, this is shaping up for a very important game in District 3 for both these teams. We're at the point of the season where you got to start looking and thinking about playoff opportunities. 20 teams get in out of Quad A. Both Shippensburg and Greencastle kind of fall in that same AAA for football, Quad A for basketball category. The standings have been updated. Greencastle has dropped from, I believe they were 12th at one point, down to 17th with their two losses. Since Shippensburg has gone on their slide, they are actually out of the playoffs if it ended today at 26th in the district. So you have to look at quality wins for each of you to gain power points, and this would be a quality win for both of these teams.
Well, it would at this point in time, very much so. You mentioned Shippensburg. I don't know if we were on the air when we were talking about it, but you said you think the difference maker for Shippensburg is Shuntan Hickman. And I think in the same sense, if you look at the Blue Devils, the difference maker here tonight would be Brian Gimby.
I agree with that 100%. I think, sometimes we've all focused the last couple of years. Casey Hoover's established himself as the star of the team, the offensive leader, and one of the better players in the Colonial Division. And we keep saying somebody has to step up. Well, it's okay if you step up by committee. But Sam Sprague has been struggling a little bit on the offensive end. We've had some other guys. I'll say Spencer Myers is still feeling his way through. He's getting better, but he's still feeling his way through, coming off his bad injury in football. Ian Gelsinger and Brandon Stewart, while can provide some punch, but really they're effort guys. They're great defensive players, and they do that. Brian Gemby has the ability to score points. And we talked about this, and it might sound silly, and we talk about it a lot. You were saying Coach Hoffman said, what did they do different? They made shots. And that's really, and it's not that simple. But it really does depend, when you watch a lot of basketball, what team makes that open 18-footer? What team makes that layup in the second quarter instead of rimming it out, or when they get a good opportunity finalized? And that's what becomes very important. Brian has that ability. He has the ability to score 15-plus a game, and I think you're 100% right. Those are the two players we're going to have to watch tonight for Shippensburg. I think Mills will be there for Shippensburg. Hoover will be there for Greencastle. But who's going to be that next player?
No, that'll be the big question. Greencastle got a great effort out of Stoller in the last ball game, and they have been consistently getting a good offensive effort. But he's still at 8.3. Myers has jumped up now to 6 points a ball game, and Sprague is now at 7.1. Myers at 5.1, and Hoover, as we mentioned, at 18.6. But then you have Brian Gimby at 9.7. He's certainly more capable of scoring than that. So hopefully a big game out of him, and at the same time we don't get the big game out of Shippensburg's Shuntan Hickman, the 6'4" senior, or it'll be a rough night for the Blue Devils.
I think the Blue Devils are going to, almost like a boxing match. I think the atmosphere and the good student section here tonight, the band, Shippensburg, they've put themselves in a must-win situation. They really have. They've got to get things turned around. They're senior-laden. They played together. Coach David's a veteran. They've got to get things moving in the right direction. I think Greencastle has to withstand that early barrage, get their legs underneath them, and then go to play basketball.
Well, the Greencastle Blue Devils have been introduced. That starting five hasn't changed since game one. Brandon Stoller, he is at the two-guard position. Casey Hoover, the one guard, and they'll switch back and forth. Your shooting guard is Brian Gimby playing at the three, and then 4 and 5 interchangeable, Ian Gelsinger and Sam Sprague. Well, we mentioned they have a band here. They have a gigantic student section. Not many places here, empty seats in the house. This is what
it's all about. If you're not fired up tonight, you're in the wrong sport, and you're in the wrong, you shouldn't be involved in high school athletics and then basketball in particular. So, I think both teams are fired up, and the kids beside us are all fired up. We're ready to go, and I'm looking forward to a great game.
Should be a great game. Starting lineups for Shippensburg. They will start Cody Gufferson, a junior, 6'2". He is their point guard, their number one guard. At the two guard is Carter Van Syok. He's a sophomore. He's been scoring pretty consistently. He's at 6'2". We're going to take a break here as soon as they announce the officials, and then Shuntan Hickman, or Sean as they call him, 6'4" senior. He is the three guard, and then Mills, the power power forward, the 6'5" senior, and then Tegan Staver is their 5-man, 6'4" senior. Join us here for the singing of our national anthem.
When the pep bands are in the arena, that's cool.
Yeah, I do too. You know, here it is. I was a little worried about how the Blue Devils will respond after the 2 losses. It's just like, in the same sense, it's the same thing as for Shippensburg. But I tell you what, I don't know how you can't get excited when you walk into this place tonight with a packed house and the pep band, as you said, a big student section. A lot of fans from Greencastle here tonight to see this one too, because they know it's important. And we're all here, ready to go. Tip-off is moments away, and also audio on video on Game Time PA tonight. Hopefully that you can see the ball game going on. And seems like every ball game we have, the official comes over and says something to my counterpart here. And
the good news is it's usually positive.
Well, yeah, that's true. They haven't thrown you out yet. Shippensburg in the home whites. Wade Mills will jump center. He will go up against Sam Sprague. Sam and Wade played on a AAU team together, so they have a little bit of a conversation that led to some smiles, believe it or not. So you'll like that to see.
Well, they guarded each other in football too. Yeah, so they've been at each other for a while. So
Shippensburg will get the opening tap. They'll move left to right on your computer screen. They want to go inside of Mills. Mills gets it with not a really good entry pass, so it comes back out front, and Gufferson will start it again. Blue Devils in the man-to-man uniform, wearing their way blues and the gold trimming and numbers. Hickman with the basketball now against Gimby. He dribbles a little bit, nothing there. They go back out to Staver. Staver almost stolen away. Van Syok drives, puts it up off the glass for 2 points for the sophomore.
And that's a little too easy. He drove from about 20 feet away. No help defense there. The Blue Devils have been playing very good man-to-man. And be interested to see if they can stay with that, Greg. They're severely outsized by Shippensburg.
Hoover with the ball inside the paint, and that is Staver. Staver knocked it out of bounds on the block. Blue Devils will keep it underneath their own basket. Left side out of bounds. Try to go inside, nothing there. Now to Sprague, who pops outside. He is being guarded by Staver. To Gimby. And Gimby back to Sprague.
Shippensburg had success against Greencastle when they went to their 1-3-1 extended at Greencastle. If you remember, they put Mills at the top of it, and that's a big boy to throw the ball. Not just big, very athletic, to throw the ball back and forth over.
When they played against Waynesboro, Gimby put one up and it went off the rim, and it was an alley-oop to Hoover.
Yeah.
So we won't count that as a shot.
Greencastle very fortunate to get that back.
Yes, they were. This is Gelsinger. Yes, it's good. Shot. Yes, it is. Three-pointer for Ian Gelsinger. Right side of the basket, and the Blue Devils have forced ahead here, and they need a production like that out of him.
Yeah, he shot that with a lot of confidence. Never hesitated.
Hickman spin move and foul.
Move.
Yep, it is. I'm telling you, the kid can play. That will be Gimby's first personal foul and team foul number 1.
That's going to be a tough matchup, in fairness to Brian. I'm not sure he has the athletic ability and the physicality to stay a man-to-man with Hickman.
Hickman to shoot the first one. He goes down. Ties this ball game up at 3 apiece at the 6:13 mark, opening quarter. So, Blue Devils have gotten one shot blocked and one shot to go down, and Hickman will hit both of his free throws. and put his team back on top here.
And they're back into that 1-3-1 pretty quickly, and they have Hickman at the top of it. So still a big 6'4" kid who's very athletic at the top of it. But Ian Gelsinger firing right out. Yeah, he was behind the line.
Yeah, he was. That's a three-pointer. Gelsinger 2 for 2 from three-point land, and we talked about we needed a big game from somebody. It might just be him tonight. At least he's starting out that way. Hickman now with a fadeaway three, gets the rim, and it goes down.
We don't need him to bust loose here.
Now, so he has 5 on the night. They have 8. 8-6 here. Opening quarter. 7-6. Excuse me. 7-6. And the crowd you see getting into it. Sprague taking it to the hoop. Doesn't get a really good shot off. Rebound quickly down to Mills and out to Hickman. Hickman across course to Gufferson. Gufferson 10-footer. No, it doesn't go. Rebound Gimby. Gimby outlet to Gelsinger. Gelsinger brings it down. Just takes it straight to the hoop and gets fouled.
Ian Gelsinger playing with more aggressiveness than I've seen all year. Looks very confident. Takes it right to the hole. Gets fouled.
Gelsinger came into the ball game with 8 3-pointers. That's his 9th and 10th one of the year. And he will go to the line now to shoot 2 free throws and a chance to put his team back up on top. He hits the first one.
Gelsinger 7, Shippensburg 7.
Yep. Hickman 5 and Van Syok 2.
Quick, Coach Martin goes to the bench early here, brings in Spencer Myers for Brian Gemby.
Second one off the mark, rebound down to Staver and out to Hickman on the left side, bringing it up court. He'll spin move inside, play it up, and he missed it. And Spencer Myers will get the rebound.
And those are the shots that come back to haunt you at some point in the game. Those are point-blank shots by one of your better players. They got to go.
Gufferson going against Hoover. Gelsinger now with Hickman on him after he's buried the 2 threes. Greencastle, as you see, just working the perimeter, working for the easy shot here. They have the ability, and Staver said that in the article that was in Game Time PA, they have the ability to work the clock. Hoover with the drive, the jump shot up off the glass. Thought he got contact, no call in there, and here comes Hickman down again. But he says they can go when they have to, and they can play slow when they have to. Hickman with Myers. Hoover on Van Syok, who now has the ball. Back to Gufferson, who will reset the offense. 4 minutes and 7 seconds here in the opening quarter. 7-7 ball game. Hand check, Spencer Myers. His first. That will be team foul number 2, out of bounds on the right side. Little trouble getting it in. Kick ball. Myers kicked it out of bounds. I thought you can't bounce it out of bounds to get it inbounds.
You are correct.
And I thought he had did that. Backcourt now to Gufferson. And he'll reset this offense. They'll run a 1-4 low. And Myers knocks it away that time. That's where a coach will say, hey, bounce pass.
Yep, Shippensburg trying to run their sets. They're not real comfortable right now getting the ball. They're really having a lot of problems getting the ball in bounds. Greencastle has to continue to play solid defense on the perimeter. That'll help their inside players.
It is inside knocked away by Hoover. Couldn't grab a hold of as they tried to go low to Gufferson, cutting across the bottom there.
Shippensburg likes to run. Coach Shaver likes to run a little flex, and that's what that was. They looked for the flex cut down low, and Casey Hoover with good help side defense tipped it away.
Sprague back into the ball game. Out of the ball game, and Gimby will replace him. Stoller almost came up with a steal, which is non-common. Van Syok had a moment there, drives, and he will get the foul against Hoover. And it will be Hoover's first team foul number 3 here early on.
And why I said it's important to play good perimeter defense when you're small, Greg, is because when you put good pressure on the basketball, it gets hard to feed it into the post where you have your mismatches. So Greencastle is a little small on the inside. If they do a good job playing as Van Syok misses the first one, that'll help their perimeter players. As Cam Heilman checks into the game, his first appearance, I believe, of the season.
Well, no, he played through the ball game.
He did play in the tournament. You're right.
He's been out with an injury for a bunch of ball games, and now just coming back. Second from Van Syok is good.
Nothing like get thrown into the fire.
No, here you go. Haven't played for a while, and play now. And this one, the big one, 3:23.
Here's a 1-3-1 with Mills at the top. I really like this defense for Shippensburg.
Gimby, far side, doesn't get it to go. Hillman will bring it down. Hoover Drops off to Myers. Myers goes cross-court to Gelsinger, back to Gimby. Gimby tried to drop down low, but Van Syok knocks it out of bounds underneath his own basket. Clock stopped at 3:05.
1-3-1s are actually there's a lot of holes, but their length and athleticism covers it up very nicely.
Yeah, it's hard to find those holes when you have the two big guys. They'll go back to the man-to-man following the inbounds plays. They went out front with the ball.
And notice on the man-to-man they switched. They put Hickman now on Gelsinger for after his hot start. Yeah.
A lot of times, the last time they had Mills playing against Hoover. This time they're straight up with Gufferson.
Well, they're switching a lot, Greg, with that I think you're going to see a lot of teams do that against us with that wheel offense we like to run.
That second time around,
The best thing to do is switch it. Tough shot there, but Spencer Myers connects.
Myers for 2. And now it's 9-8.
Spencer Myers has really played well of late, and he gives them another dimension. He sees the court, probably that quarterback in him, sees the floor very well, kind of helps everybody out, get in the right spot.
Little dribble exchange, and Hickman with a fadeaway jumper is good. Well, we talked about Hickman. If he came to play tonight, it could be tough for the Blue Devils. Unfortunately, he has come to play tonight.
He really has. That was a big-time move. Brian Gemby did everything he could. He just one quick hop backwards, gets a little separation, and knocked down the 12-footer.
Now they bring Hickman out to the top of this 1-3-1, and Mills goes down to the wing.
And either way, you're getting the same effect with those two.
Gimby down in the corner. Blue Devils content to work it again and look for
Ian's got to step up where he's a threat, right there. That's a little too far. See, if he was a step closer, he could have been a threat when he caught that.
Hoover stops at the foul line, takes a jump shot, can't get it to go. He's struggling a little bit here tonight to get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, he's just got to relax. The game's still really tight. He's forcing the last couple ones. He's just got to let it flow for him.
10-9, Ship up by 1 here, late goings of the first quarter. And Staver to the hoop, doesn't get it to go. Myers comes down with the rebound. I understand we're having some audio problem with game time. So I don't know what that means if you're watching the game. Kickball, Blue Devils retain it.
Ben Freeman checking in now for Cam Heilman.
To try something that, unplug this. Plug that in there.
We'll try to correct that. Gemby off the back iron there. Continues to struggle a little bit shooting the basketball.
So the Blue Devils still down 10-9, 32 seconds left in the opening quarter as Shippensburg has the basketball. They will give it to Staver. Staver drives off the glass for an easy 2.
Just way too physical for Ian Gelsinger once he got down there.
So now they drop up 12-9. The Blue Devils have potential for the last shot with 13 seconds here. Last time Blue Devils had Greencastle had a 10-point lead at the end of first quarter, 16-6. Opened it up even more.
They got another clock.
And they didn't, and they throw one up at the end. And just not a good time and situation end for the Blue Devils. After the end of first quarter, it is the Shippensburg Greyhounds 12, the Blue Devils 9. We'll return on the F&M Sports Network here at MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com. Obviously, we're having some audio problems. Gimby inside the paint misses. Put back up by Stoller. He doesn't get it to go, and the woes continue for the Blue Devils here on the scoring end of things. After that first quarter, they dropped to a 12-9 deficit, and we'll see what takes place now. Blue Devils stay in the man-to-man. They will run with their starting lineup right now, as they got 6 points, 2 threes out of Gelsinger, and that was about it throughout that opening quarter. Hickman tries one from way out, doesn't get it to go. And rebound comes down for the Blue Devils. Hoover with the ball. It's going to go to the hoop. That's a block. Second block of, and then a foul against Hickman. And that's scurry there a little bit.
That's a good word for that. That was scurry. Yeah, it was a scurry.
Not sure how you define scurry. Covison comes
out. One of those things, you know it if you see it.
Yes, it is.
That's what it looked like.
Adam Hauser into the ball game for the Shippensburg Greyhounds, and they also will come in with another substitute. That is Clayton Stein, and Hickman will go down along with the point guard Covison. Blue Devils really struggling offensively and only down by 3.
Yeah, and then that's a positive. The other thing is, Gelsinger's got 7 of their 9 points. They got to get some production. Hoover will score his points. The concern is where the others coming from. Brian Gemby off to a little bit of a slow start. Sam Sprague's only one shot was blocked, I believe. Spencer Myers scored the other 2. But Gemby's got to hit that one.
And he does. 3-point downtown for Brian Gimby, and that's a big bucket for him. And suddenly this one, despite the fact the Blue Devils are struggling, it's tied.
Yep, he's got to keep shooting. You just have to keep playing.
Into the man-to-man. Blue Devils have stayed. They haven't gone to their 1-3-1. This is Van Syhoff from the right side. A little hard off the back of the rim. Gimby with a strong rebound. And he comes down court now to Gelsinger. Gelsinger cross court to Stoller. Stoller stops and pops, and then a holding foul on Van Syhoff underneath the basket. That will be team foul number 2 for Shippensburg. First foul for Van Syhoff. Inbounds to Sprague. Sprague to Stoller. Stoller looking at Hoover coming back. He'll try the 3-pointer. Way long on that one. And
I think I went off Brian's back.
Yeah. Hoover says, my fault. That it is.
Yep, just has to relax and just play. Forcing it a little bit here.
Again, 12-12.
Maybe get out in the break, get a layup, get yourself going.
Blue Devils Shippensburg on the offensive end. As we mentioned, they're moving left to right in the home whites. Blue Devils here in the blue.
Really unable to get Mills in the game at all. I think he's only had 1 touch.
They're trying to go down there to him right there. He'll go around and put it in for 2. You just had to say something, didn't you?
Oh, that's a bad play there. That's Casey Hoover just a little sloppy on the inbounds pass, stepped over the line before he inbounded it. May not be the worst idea for Coach Martin just to sit Casey down for a minute, let him regroup, and get him back in the game.
That's the first turnover of the ball game.
For either team. It's been a very clean start
for either team. Mills with the ball now. And they get it back out front. And they will start the offense again. They want to go downstairs to Mills. And instead, a cross-court Mills little jumper. Doesn't get it to go. Stoller comes down with a big rebound. Up court to Gelsinger on the break. He goes up.
Oh, he's got to take that to the bucket.
Yes, he does. And Hoover, and the nice pass from Gelsinger, finally gets on the scoreboard there with 2 points. And the Blue Devils have tied it up again.
Yep. Hanging in there.
Really is. They really are. And again, I don't really think they're playing that well, and yet still here they're tied.
No, but in fairness, I'm not sure Shippensburg's playing real well either. They're kind of lulled themselves into a little bit of a pattern on offense where they really look like they're more concerned of running their offense. Stoller makes a steal.
And goes up and in for 2 for Stoller. Blue Devils.
Coach Taylor likes to run a lot of sets. And, he's got some athletes, so that kind of plays to our favor when they slow down.
Yeah, it is. There's another steal. Gimby comes up with it. 2 back-to-back turnovers for Shippensburg. Stoller will try to bury it from 3. It goes a little long. Gelsinger, nice rebound. And Van Syhoff will take it down away from him. Not really a steal, but just the way the ball bounced. Shippensburg down. I thought if Blue Devils would score that time, Staver may have looked at the...
they have a lot of subs in, too.
Yeah.
Right now, they're going back to, they got 4 subs getting ready to come in. Ian Gelsinger has played very, very well to start this ball game. Very active, very involved.
Mills from downtown. Yes, it's good. Wade Mills, averaging 14 points a ball game, buries the 3. He has 5 points of the night, and now it's 17-16. Ship back on top.
This game has a feel that it's going to be tight throughout, as neither team can get in enough offensive rhythm to get the other one out of the way.
Now, I don't see there hasn't certainly been been opportunities for big runs, but the other part of that is we got to give some defense credit too.
Wade Mills just great rejection of Casey Hoover
right off the backboard. Down court. Oh, wow. Missed shot. Mills almost tapped it in. They get the third opportunity.
Coach Mark might want to get a timeout here. The crowd's into it. And you can't let this get too far. It's only a 3-point lead, but you don't want to get everyone all wound up here. Wade Mills playing some athletic basketball. That's a tough play there, trying to run a lob against such size disadvantage.
They had it, but they couldn't bring it down.
Shippensburg's just so much better when they get out in the open court and push the basketball.
Yeah, they are. They just need to run, and I like it when they're slowing it down and setting it up.
It definitely plays to our advantage.
Foul will go against Sprague, I believe.
I'm not sure. Is that who it was?
No, Stoller, it looks like now.
We're going to get a timeout now.
Who's that on?
Just a quick 30-second. I'm not sure who took it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, looking up, but they don't have the timeouts up there. That gives us an opportunity to tell you that this broadcast is brought to you by F&M Trust. Pay less rate and get more great this fall with a special offer on a home equity line of credit. Learn more at fnmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender Greg Hoover and Rick Lewis give us an opportunity to catch our breath, huh?
I tell you what, you've been busy over here.
It has been. Doing the technical stuff when things don't go right is the most frustrating thing for me in the world. And I get here 10 hours early. I bring the production truck in, we set up, we get everything ready to go. It works fine. Game starts and something happens. So I hope that we have corrected our audio problem on game time. We understand if you're on minpenbroadcasting.com, we're fine. Shot taken by Hauser is good for the free throw. That's his first team. They're 3 or 4 from the line now, and the lead goes up to 4 points, the biggest of the night.
Hauser only a freshman, Greg, 5'9" freshman, and that might be generous at the 5'9", but he brought a lot of energy to this team when he got in there. I don't remember him playing at all in the first matchup, but very quick player, and now they're going to go to a 1-3-1 full court, and I think more of a 1-2-2, excuse me. I think this makes sense for Shippensburg to play this style.
That's it. The thing it can do is open up the 3 like that one for Gimby, and he hits his second 3 here.
Well, I don't know any offense designed for a kid to be able to stand there, measure it up, and shoot it. So I think that was a lack of detail for Shippensburg rotating around.
Now we hope it's a 2-2-1 defense.
The strategy.
Yeah. That was it. Let him shoot the 3. Van Syok muscles his way in, and it is blocked by Matt Lutz, who has entered the ball game for the Blue Devils. It'll be out of bounds. Shippensburg underneath their basket. Lutz, Stoller, Hoover, Gimby, and Spencer Myers in for the Greyhounds. It is Gufferson, Mills, Staver, Hickman, and who's taking it out? Number 11. That is Peyton Fridinger. And a jump ball is called, which will be still in favor of Brian Gimby. Got that to happen, so it's still Shippensburg's ball underneath their own basket. Little struggle to get it inbounds. Almost a 5-second count.
They're really struggling on all sides with inbound the basketball.
They did against Greencastle the last game. This is Gufferson straight in.
Nice pass.
Oh, gets the foul. Yep. Mills takes the pass from Gufferson. Mills makes the bucket good.
It has to be frustrating for Coach Staver. There's nothing more frustrating to coach a talented team, and this is going to be too harsh. It sometimes looks a little disinterested.
Yeah.
And, Shippensburg, when they play with some emotion, can be a very, very good basketball team.
I'd say that's against Hoover. I thought that would be his second, but the board only lists him at 1. Mills hits the free throw.
You don't realize how reliant we've become on that big board at Greencastle.
Yeah.
With the fouls, the points, and...
Yeah, so the bucket's good. Mills at 8 points, 24-19, 5-point lead for Shippensburg.
And this is good news by Coach Staver here. He's constantly switching defenses, and I'm a big proponent of that. I think it makes it challenging for you to come down, know it, it takes a second to figure out what you're in, run it, and they really haven't found anything as I would say, a go-to. So they're still looking for the right combination.
Gimby with the ball here to our near side, being guarded by Van Syok. Takes it to the hoop, nicely done off the glass, and Gimby with 7-8 points now in the night, keeping Greencastle in this one, 24-21. Gimby and Van Syok team up in the summertime to play with each other too, so they know each other well, and they're guarding each other. Into the ball game is Garrett Kavanaugh for Shippensburg. Deep down from the left-hand quarter is Frigdinger. It misses. Rebound, however, offensively goes to the team in white, Shippensburg. They'll reset the offense. This is Gufferson to the hoop, doesn't get it to go, and put back by Shippensburg, doesn't get it to go, and then finally coming out with it is Lutz. Here comes Myers. He loses it to Gufferson, and Gufferson almost lost it himself, but he puts it back in for two.
Wow, he almost got off his foot for a wide open layup. Hoover's going to get a layup down at this end and the end one. And again, Shippensburg just kind of lackadaisical getting back. And Casey Hoover exploits a good job by the Blue Devils not to sulk and pout. If they had a turnover, they just turned it right around and turned it into points on their end.
Hoover goes to the line. Mills comes back in. Lutz goes out. That didn't sound quite right. If we could do that, put Mills in for Greencastle. But Mills goes in for Shippensburg. Lutz goes out for Greencastle. Sprague comes back in, and they will take out Kavanaugh for the Blue Devils. Hoover to the line. Gets out to go.
Greencastle continues to shoot well at the foul line.
Yeah, Hoover, since your little talk to him, has missed one shot in the last 5 games. And so that little take that deep breath and go seems to work.
He's just rushing a little bit. Sometimes when you're, you just need someone to kind of, something small.
Van Syok on the kick and drive, throws it the wall way over. Gelsinger gets it to Sprague. Sprague up to Hoover. Hoover with the bucket.
That might look easy, but it's not. Sam Sprague caught that on a full run, one dribble, bounce pass to Casey Hoover. Nice job by a forward in that situation.
And we're tied up again, 26-26, 28 seconds left underneath. It'll depend on who the ref decides to call it on.
It's going to Greencastle's not going to be happy, but that's one of those cases where the offensive player has the right to the spot more than the defensive player, and they got tangled up. So, Brian just has to learn from that.
His second personal foul. That's still only 6 for the Blue Devils as the first half comes to near to an end. So it's been pretty, I don't know if this is a word, but pretty foul-less. As Freeman comes in for Gimby to stop him. Lob pass inside and can't stop that. Wade Mills off the glass for 2. He's had 10 points all here in the second half and his team up by 2. 18 seconds, plenty of time for a good shot for the Blue Devils.
See if they can execute a little better than they did at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, they just wasted too much time. Myers gets Wade Mills up in the air. Can't get the shot to go. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. See if Van Syok
they stopped the ball.
It did not go. They got a break as the half comes to an end. Been a pretty interesting one. Just what we thought it might be. 28-26. Shippensburg up on top here at halftime on the F&M Trust Sports Network here on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com. Here's the deal. I bought these new cords to help us out, and they appear to be, good, we're good. So they appear to be, and I didn't think about this when I purchased them. They're stereo cords, and we're not running stereo, we're running mono. So we switched our iPod cords out with Game Time, and we got that situation under control now, but we won't have the ability to play our commercials, which we are normally set to do. So we will try to give you a rundown because we really do like our sponsors, and they have provided us with the opportunity to bring you all these games, and we are going to do what we can to get them into this one. So F&M Trust, you pay less rate and get more great this fall with a special offer on home equity line of credit. Learn more at fmtrustonline.com, an equal housing lender. Also brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local area insurance agent. Waste management, environmental friendly technologies, and advanced innovations. Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency serving the tri-state area for 35 years. Electron Comfort Solutions, serving all of Franklin County with professional service and installation. And Klein Stores, New York City, Atlantic City, and much, much more. Visit kleinstores.net for a complete tour schedule. Our halftime show brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local area insurance agent, serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding areas. Antrim Insurance, 169 South Hansaway, Greencastle, 1685 East Main Street in Waynesboro. At the half, a 2-point ball game, 28-26. Going to say it again, Rick. I think Shippensburg has played better than the Blue Devils, yet they only lead by 2. Okay, well, you're not on a stereo board, so.
You don't like what I'm going to say? You just turn me off. I agree. I still think this game is more about how well Shippensburg plays than Greencastle. I think Shippensburg has the potential to beat anyone in the Colonial Division by 10. They also have the potential to lose to Waynesboro, who's in last in the division. One of the things that jumped out at me is Wade Mills dominated the second quarter. Shuntman dominated the first quarter from them. Shunton Hickman dominated the first quarter from them. They need to play together, and it's not exclusive. Well, and they kind of fell into that. Okay, we got to get him his shots. Then we got to get the ball down low to wait, because Mills already touched the ball in the first quarter. I think we commented. Not a shot, not a touch.
Now, interesting, as you said that, Hickman with 7 points all in the first quarter, and then it is Mills with 10 points all in the second quarter.
Yep.
So, yeah, you're right. I mean, if they're going to do it that way, it's okay, I guess, but I think they need to put them together. They got 2 more points out of Adam Hauser, 2 out of Gufferson, and 2 out of Hagen Staver, and Van Syok with 3, but the scoring came from that big 2, and that big 2 are taking turns first and second period here. Don't know how long that can go on. Blue Devils in the meantime, Stoller with 2 points, Myers with 2 points, Gelsinger kept us alive in the first quarter. He has 7 points overall. Hoover, who did not score also in that first quarter, now has 7 points. And it is Brian Gimby, who had 2 big threes and 8 points. The only 2, the Blue Devils had got 8 points, 15 points, 16, 17 in that quarter out of just 3 people. So it has been an interesting way of doing things, to say the least.
It has for both teams. I wouldn't say there was a good flow. Shippensburg had a couple-minute run there that was pretty good when they got out in transition. Greencastle, Ian Gelsinger came out firing and did a great job to start, and then Shippensburg adjusted. It'll be interesting to see what both coaches do at halftime here. I think if I'm Shippensburg, and you got to be really careful because Greencastle does well when they're pressed. So you got to figure out how can I turn the tempo up, and I really like their 1-3-1 when they put Mills at the top of it. I think that could be an effective defense for them. And if you're Greencastle, I think your goal is very simple. Keep this game tight to the last 2 minutes and see what you can do. I think if you can do that on the road against a team leading your division or you're tied with, that's all you can ask for. So the score favors, I think, Greencastle. But if you look at the scores, Greencastle usually scores close to 60 points a game, and Shippensburg is down around 52 points a game, as a young man just won a free T-shirt out there for hitting a three-pointer.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know that kid? That was our cameraman.
Was it? I missed that. I missed that one, so. Yeah, now they're using a little smaller ball.
That's exactly right.
Using a little smaller ball. That was the joke at Waynesboro the other night. Someone from Waynesboro, one of Casey Hoover's friends from Waynesboro, gave him $1 to go out and try to win a pizza, and he went out and hit it. And they immediately, the PA announcer said, from now on, anyone from Greencastle will cost $2. And so we are at the half here in Shippensburg, and at the half down yonder, it is Greencastle girls 30, Shippensburg 15, as the 1,000-point watch is on for Hannah Chrisman.
How's she making out?
Well, let me see if I can get that from our our reporter down there, and we'll see what we can do. I really wish we could go to our commercials, but we really can't. Yeah, you're going to go to that. Habit. Yeah, it is a habit with that. And
you would think the athletic director would provide some food for us over here.
Something to drink, you know. It's a long half, and we're not going to get many breaks here. So I hear that it's better all the way around. Everything's working except for our commercials, and we'll get that fixed because I'll go out and buy a mono cord tomorrow, and we won't have to worry about that anymore. Always like to thank our pregame, postgame, and also our halftime sponsor, which is your local area insurance agent serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding areas. That is Antrim Insurance, located 169 South Antrim Way, Greencastle, and 1685 East Main Street in Waynesboro. That little girl make it?
She sure did. Look, she's fired up.
Yes, she is. She's about 2'3" and was able to put that in there. Everybody keeps making them here.
They're all going.
And I tell you what, this crowd is into everything.
It's a great atmosphere.
Well, it is a great atmosphere here tonight. And there it is. You just saw on our screen there's Mike Monadora, our colleague.
And I don't like to compare athletic directors or venues, but Larry Stroud at James Buchanan made sure we were fed, made sure we were...
I don't think he can hear you.
I think he can. I think he's ignoring me.
Everybody's putting them in here from three-point land.
JB bought us food and drinks.
Yeah. Tonight, the Blue Devils... Now we're having the argument. That's the trouble when we don't have the ability to go to commercials. We tend to fall off the mark here a little bit and do some other things.
We also get yelled at by quite a few. If people knew how many people walked by and made comments.
That's right. We can't pick up. We're fortunate. Monday night, Blue Devils will travel to DeLone Catholic. The girls are at home against DeLone Catholic. Both games we brought to you on MidPennBroadcasting.com, video and audio. And then on Tuesday, the boys of JB come to town to take on the Blue Devils, while Shippensburg will travel to Harrisburg and really in a tough atmosphere for him. But JB, by the way, playing really well. They're winning a lot of ball games.
They absolutely are. Coach Stroud really's got them bought in. They use Heggie, the big kid, well. They really go after him.
They are 9-4 overall, and they have certainly put on a winning streak, and we'll have that ball game in the house at Greencastle coming up on Friday night. 28-26 the score here. It is the lead by Shippensburg by a mere 2 points. The Blue Devils seem to be a little frustrated offensively. Shippensburg hasn't responded offensively as well either, but Blue Devils in that second quarter could not seem to stop Wade Mills. Blue Devils did outscore Shippensburg by a 17-16 margin in that quarter after trailing by 3 in the first quarter. And the biggest lead in the ball game, Ship had a 6-point lead, and the Blue Devils had a 1-point lead at one time. And that sets it up here for quarter number 3 here in our post-game, and our halftime show has been sponsored by Antrim Insurance, your local area agent serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding areas. Antrim Insurance, 169 South Antrim Way, Greencastle, and 1685 East Main Street. Give you also the opportunity to thank F&M Trust. Pay less rate and get more great this fall with a special offer of a home equity line of credit. Learn more at FNMTrustonline.com, an equal housing lender. Antrim Insurance, your local area insurance agent. Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agent serving the tri-state area for 35 years. Electron Comfort Solutions, serving all of Franklin County with professional services and installation, and Klein Stores, New York City, Atlantic City, and more. Visit KleinStores.net for complete tour schedule. Blue Devils have the occupation of the ball to start the third quarter. All right, keep playing hard there, 2-2. And they'll stand in front of us.
Be careful, you stand in front, you might get...
Well, yeah. I found myself at the one ball game where we thought there was a lane violation, taking my headsets off and yelling at the official as he went by. Blue Devils on the offense here to start the quarter.
And there was a reason for that. That was a lane violation.
Yeah, it was. Clear can be. Just thought I'd let the official know that.
Yep.
There's a holding foul. It's going to go against Wade Mills this time as he held Gimby coming out of there. And so for Mills, that's his first foul. And that'll be team foul number 1 of the quarter. Blue Devils underneath their own basket here against the Shippensburg man-to-man. Sprague gets loose, goes to Stoller, and Guvison this time takes care of Hoover coming out of that. Hoover gets the ball in the paint, stops, goes back to Gelsinger. Stoller with the ball in the left wing. Sprague to Gimby, inside, goes up. Can't get her to go. Rebound, Hickman.
And that's because, again, they're switching on that, and Brian just caught that, almost caught it behind the basket. Real tough angle there to do much.
They'll set the offense up. Guvison with the basketball, and being guarded by Stoller. Inside to Mills. Mills pumps out to Van Syok from 3. Yes, it's good. Inside, outside. Van Syok is dangerous.
And here's what has to happen, Greg. The Blue Devils just can't match Shippensburg's intensity here. I'm sure it was made very clear to them that their season could be on the line right now. And all their goals are still in front of them, or they could really be going down the wrong direction. So it's not going to be good enough for Greencastle just to play at the same level. They're going to have to raise it a notch.
Stoller in the ball in the corner. The Blue Devils take... Actually, you know, you talked about the Blue Devils not scoring their normal amount. They are running the offense. And a block from behind. Egan, Staver.
There's one for the good guys.
Yeah.
I think that was clean. I think the official, which sometimes happen, anticipated that.
Yeah. Staver's first personal foul, team foul number 2. To the line goes Sam Sprague. Sprague yet to score here in this ball game, 61% from the free throw line, and the foul shot goes down for him, so he's in the book. Blue Devils have shot, I think, only 4 foul shots, and they have made 3 of the 4.
There haven't been many shot at all for either team.
Now 6-4 Shippensburg. Sam makes the second one, and now the Blue Devils score for the first time in the quarter. Still a 3-point ball game. Took them a while to get on the board, 1 minute and 40 seconds. Man-to-man, full court. Stoller picks up Guvison.
You got to be careful here.
Yep. Mills, top of the key. Inside to Teagan. Teagan against Gelsinger. Gets it to go down, and Gelsinger will be called with the foul.
If I was Shippensburg, I'm not sure I'd take a shot from more than 5 feet unless it was a wide-open three-pointer. The physical difference between these two teams is huge, and they've got to continue to look inside first. Because their big guys aren't just big. They're skilled and athletic.
Now they are, you're right. Teagan gets it, 5 points for him. That gives them a 6-point lead, back matching their biggest lead of the game. Here comes that 1-3-1 with Mills out front. The only good thing about Mills being out front, he's not in the back.
That's exactly right.
To block shots. But as you mentioned, long arms, hard to get to him. This will be Gimby, hot in the first half. Nice rebound by
a little off about 1-3-1. There's just a lot of holes in it. It is one of the more challenging defenses to box out. A 2-3, you've got your 3 bigger players by the basket. A 1-3-1, usually you have a smaller guy in the back.
Stoller with the rebound. Sprague with the steal. Here comes Mills. He goes up left-handed. Doesn't get it to go.
Oh, nice play by Casey Hoover. That's a great job of not taking it for granted. Not thinking, that was a tough layup with Mills breathing down your neck for Sprague. He was trying, you could tell he was peeking back. Great job by Casey Hoover hustling, and that brings the Blue Devils within 2.
Yeah, it's been that type of ball game. Biggest lead we mentioned at 6. Van Syok drives, goes up, blocked, rebound by Mills, and Mills puts it in. He's got 12 points in this one. And the Blue Devils down court, trailing by 4.
I still think this is the Shippensburg's most effective defense.
It is. They got to throw it off the ceiling to get it past Mills sometimes. Down in the quarter to Gelsinger. Sprague at the high point. There's a 2-1-2 offensive set against the 1-3-1.
Sam's got to be a little more active in the middle there. He's just kind of standing, waiting. He's got to rotate right there. He's got to go to that corner.
Now they try to go across court. Hickman will get the steal. Goes up and gets fouled. He'll get 2 shots. Stoller will be charged with a personal foul.
Right, there's a case where Sam can't stand at the high post. He's got to go to that short corner, and he'll get himself open.
Team foul number 2, both teams with 2, and Hickman will go to the line. He's been quiet since the first quarter. Ricky had 7 points in that first quarter. 2 foul shots, a 3 and a 2-pointer. That one's good. 3 for 3 from the free throw line. He is. And
Oh, I'm sorry, Greg. You know what has been impressive, that hot start he got, he does not force things. And maybe that's almost to his detriment. You know, when you're that talented, sometimes I'm okay with my better players occasionally taking a shot that's not the best shot possible.
He misses that one for his first miss. And down court, the Blue Devils go on the rebound by Gimby. Gimby out front, looking for Sam. Sam was down low that time. Gimby from about 3 steps back. Can't get it to roll. Rebound into Mills' hands. Meyer set to come into the Blue Devil lineup at the 4-minute mark. 37-32, 5-point lead. Inside to Mills. Sprague. Mills with a tough shot, but Keegan follows with it, and Gelsinger with the rebound. Goes off to Sprague. Sprague goes up hard off the glass for 2. Nice run by the Blue Devils and a nice finish by Sam Sprague. Just when you think, Rick.
Yep, every time they get a little separation, the Blue Devils answer, and it's been answering with a run out.
Down in the corner to Mills. Sprague still has him. They're going to call that on Hoover on the push down low. I have to check the official board on the fouls. I have him. They have 3, no, 2. Okay. Fortunately, I am wrong. Hoover only his second foul. Team foul 3. This was an inbounds underneath their own basket. Out front they come. Inside to Staver. Myers on him. Staver throws up a hook shot. Oh, wow. That goes down.
That was not your classic jump hook in the lane there.
No, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would not be happy with that one. Lead back up to 5. Sprague dumps to Gimby. Down to Spencer Myers. Little baseline jumper. Yes, it's good.
And that has been the least effective defense for Shippensburg. They keep trying that 2-3, and Greencastle's executing very well against it.
39-36 right now. Back and forth it goes. Just got the feeling, really it should be that type of ball game. 2 teams that Shippensburg picked to win the division. Greencastle picked to be number 2.
Public opinion, their game time actually had Greencastle favored by 3.
I thought they had Shippensburg by 3. But I mean in the league it was Shippensburg in the beginning.
Yes.
Nice step back. Hickman, yes, it's good. Hickman continues to impress. 11 points for him. And the Shippensburg back up to the biggest lead of the night.
And Greencastle just has to stay within themselves, keep getting the good shots they're getting.
42-36. Hannah Chris has just scored her 1,000th point down in Greencastle.
Good for her.
Congratulations to her.
The girls program just continues to do some neat things here in the last couple years.
Yep. 2 this year, scoring 1,000. That's pretty impressive. Inside to Gelsinger, out to Sprague. Sprague too far underneath, but he gets a foul. And Hickman will get charged with a personal foul. That's only his first. So their big guys only have 1 personal foul each. They don't really have to worry about too much. Sprague will go to line. He's 2 for 2 from there. So far tonight, 42-36, 6-point. Shippensburg set to... No, they actually have Hickman with 3 up on the board. Yes, they do. Oh, just shy. That bodes well for the Blue Devils. Hickman will have to come out. He will be replaced in the lineup by Stein. Mills comes out. He's replaced in the lineup by Kavanaugh. And Stoller is set to come in for the shooter Sprague.
I'm sure Coach Davis is going to give them the last 145 of the third. They'll probably be in to play the whole fourth.
Second of 2. That one goes down. And Sam will come out. The Blue Devils now 37 points, trailing by 5. With Mills down and Hickman down, Coach Bob Starkey, Shepherd University College at the time, would say, you got to make hay while the sun shines now, guys.
And that's Stoller's 4th, I believe.
I have him at 2. I hope it's his 3rd. Did they call it on Stoller or Gimby? I'm not sure. It's Gimby.
Gimby, his 3rd.
His 3rd. Inbounds. Stein gets it. Stein has it, goes down inside. Trouble down underneath. A walking violation called against Shippensburg. That's just the 4th turnover, 5th turnover of the game, and I could be behind. And so I'll throw another one in there. Blue Devils may have 2. Yeah, that's how I do stats. But 6 turnovers in the ball game combined is pretty doggone impressive.
Well, you said there hasn't been a lot of fouls. It's been a pretty clean game. There hasn't been a lot of turnovers. It's been well played as we thought, and
Yep, gets the three-pointer. That looks good. It is. It is. Stover made that with the one extra pass, and Gimby comes through with the three.
Something's not right here. We got way too many guys. Ooh, I think Coach Shaver helped us out on that one. We had way too many guys involved in that trap. There had to be some guys open in the back here.
So the three-pointer puts the Blue Devils up down by only 2, 42-40. It's been a little 5-point run for the Blue Devils here as they try to get some things going. When you do business with Waste Management, you're not only getting outstanding waste services, you're also engaged with them in protecting the environment. To learn more about Waste Management's environmental friendly technologies and advanced innovation, visit www.wm.com. On behalf of Waste Management's Greencastle Hauling, best of luck to Greencastle-Antrim Blue Devils. Minute 8 to go in this third quarter, and the Blue Devils trail by 2 points. It has been what we thought it would be. Pretty decent basketball game, particularly if you happen to be just two basketball fans like we are, huh?
Exactly right. You know, it's the top two teams in the division, and as I said, this isn't only shaping up as an important game for the Colonial, it's important for both these teams for the district. So a lot on the line here. We're going to be going into the fourth quarter with a tight score either way, and Shippensburg's got a break out here.
Oh, nice play by Spencer Myers. He knocked it off of Tegan Staver's leg. And the third turnover gives the Blue Devils, believe it or not, a chance to tie this one up.
That is weird. It does seem like Shippensburg's been controlling the game, but again, they're really not scoring that well.
No, you're right. We've said that too many times here. It's just still Hoover with the ball, layup, up and in for two. The Blue Devils have tied it up. 11 points for Casey Hoover. He goes into double figures again for every game this season. 42-42, been a nice little run. It's been a 6-point run. Cross-court pass to Van Syok. Saber looked like he might have taken an extra step, but they call that the European step. And Shippensburg will pull it out with 30 seconds. Nope, Hickman will take one from way downtown, doesn't get it to go. Van Syok gets the rebound, puts it up doesn't put it off the glass, puts it right in to give him a 2-point lead. Nice player for the sophomore.
It was. That was a nice jump hook in the lane.
Yeah. 10 seconds to go in this one. In the quarter, Myers drives, dumps off, back out to Stoller. No, can't get it to go. And as long as they don't foul, the quarter should come to an end, and it does. Third quarter is done, and it is a 2-point ball game headed into fourth quarter. Who would have thought that, Rick?
Well, I think if you're Coach Martin, you got to be very happy. At the end of the day, you got into the fourth quarter with a chance to win the basketball game, and that's what you want on a big road game, especially. The crowd is hyped, the band's here, the cheerleaders, everything's going on. You got your team poised to make a nice run here. They got to keep it going. I don't think really anything needs to change. If I'm Greencastle, I'm going to keep playing this out and just kind of shorten this whole thing up and see if we can get to the last minute with a chance to win, really. If I'm Shippensburg, I got to be a little more concerned, because I don't care who you are. When you're at home, even though you have a big advantage, if you don't have any separation, it gets a little tense.
Well, yeah, that's for sure it does, and the separation is not there right now. The Blue Devils, who, we were grading the offense, would say it's not the best that we've seen out of them. If we're grading the defense, you think, well, they're getting the ball down, and Hickman scoring and Mills scoring, and it's not really the best defense we've seen, but they're down by 2 points. How can you argue?
You can't at all. You got to be happy with the effort. You're getting contributions from different guys. I think at the end of the day, if you're Shippensburg, you got to continue to feed the two guys who got you here, Hickman, and you got to get Mills. You got to run some plays for them. I think if you're Greencastle, you just got to stay alert to the constant changing defensive by Shippensburg and continue to play your game. They got to keep hustling, which they're doing a good job of, and keep this within shouting distance.
Sam Sprague, one of the lone seniors on this team, along with Myers, calls his team together out there when they come out and said, listen, 8 minutes to go, guys. We're here. Chance to take over the top position in the league, and that's what Shippensburg's playing for, too. Shippensburg went into the Blue Devils to Greencastle, had it tied at 2 minutes to go. Tegan Staver, nice drive, and he gets the bucket, too. Take the three-pointer, drove the baseline, gets the two.
Yeah, just the help came over a little too late there.
His dad, Coach Staver, said in the paper the other night that Tegan may not be scoring a whole lot. May not be scoring a whole lot, but he's doing a lot of other things that are helping the team.
Coach Martin there.
Yeah, he wanted to talk something over, I think, the second one of the ball game. This broadcast brought to you by F&M Trust. Pay less rate, Get more great this fall with a special offer on our home equity line of credit. Learn more at FNMTrustonline.com, equal housing lender. I'm Greg Hoover. He's Rick Lewis. We're here just having a great time. It's a great basketball game. Full house crowd here, pep band, cheerleaders, student section, 2 radio stations, 2 broadcast stations, newspapers. What more do you want?
This is it. The game time, game of the week.
Yep.
It's all going on. So great atmosphere, well-played basketball game, well-officiated. You know, 2 teams just getting after each other. So here's a crucial stretch for the Blue Devils. This free throw has a chance to move the lead back to 5, and that's kind of what Shippensburg's been doing. 5, 6. Greencastle has not gotten over the hump. And one of the bad things about when you never get over the hump, it takes a heck of a lot of energy to get to that top. How many times can you keep doing it? And they're going to have to continue to play as they've gone triangle and 2 now.
Gelsinger, who was hot early on,
and that's an excellent call by Coach Staver, as good hustle there by Casey Hoover. They're going to make someone other than Brian Gemby or Casey Hoover beat them. And I'm surprised, really, I talk about this all the time, more teams don't play this, but Sam Sprague with a crafty layup there.
Yep, reverse layup underneath, and that's what they need. So he brings them back within 3 points again. Yeah, I am surprised we haven't seen more. We used to refer to it as a junk defense, but it's more commonplace now than we had in the past. They were out front with the basketball.
A weak side just getting there too late, Greg.
Yep, and Mills getting the rebound, and Mills goes up and in for 2.
On the weak side, you have to see ball you man, and you've got to step, lazy play there by Casey Hoover.
And Govison makes good of it on the steal. That one wasn't. That's one you love to have back somewhere along.
Tough pass there. Ian Gelsinger had a wide open 3 if you could have caught that clean.
That's a forced shot. Yep. Stoller with the 3. This little run out here could be dangerous. Yep. Timeout. Yeah. Timeout needed.
And again, if Shippensburg plays with that kind of fire, with that kind of emotion, they're going to be tough for anyone to deal with.
Yeah, you're right. There they came alive a little bit. And this has been a 6-point jaunt for them, and now they have made it a 9-point ball game, and that is the biggest lead of the night for either team, and particularly Shippensburg, who has led all night. Greencastle's had momentary leads, but nothing to write home about. 53-44 at the 6:23 mark here of this quarter.
Yeah, but here's where Coach Martin just has to settle everybody down, and you have to recognize what defense Shippensburg. I mean, they have played a 2-3, they played a 1-3-1, they played a man-to-man, they played a triangle and 2. So you've got to make sure that you recognize the defense. There's still a ton of time left.
Yeah.
You don't have to panic. You don't have to do anything spectacular. But you've got to tighten it up a little bit, because some of those turnovers hurt them quick shots when Shippensburg played. But again, if Shippensburg can bring this kind of emotion, they're going to be a handful for anybody. They just have lapses where they just don't play with that fire.
No, you're right. York's at Big Spring, Northern's at Big Spring tonight, Waynesboro at Bowling Springs, Shippensburg at Greencastle-Antrim. Of course, you know that. And here we go with the Blue Devils. They need to do something.
They're going to stay in that triangle in 2.
Yep, that's been successful for them. This is where Gelsinger needs to come through with some things.
And what you want to run against a junk defense like that, you always want to run your man-to-man, Greg.
Yep.
Because you want to keep everybody moving. You just don't want to stand in one spot. You just run your normal man-to-man.
Sprague went up hard, misses the shot, rebound. Shippensburg.
That's just a hustle. Can't do much about that. Sprague bumped it as he was diving out of bounds.
I think they're going to give it the Blue Devils. They're having a conversation about it right now, the 2 officials.
Can we go to the monitor?
Yeah, we'll go to the monitor. No. Going to give it to Shippensburg.
That's a good job of officiating. Just making sure we all saw the same thing.
Our monitor's a little behind. If I could get it to run, we could have seen. No, I don't think I'll do it.
We could have called him over. See, this isn't going to work, Greg. That's a man-to-man press against a team that's just so much bigger and stronger. You can't press that way against these guys.
Mills with the slam afterwards. Stoller up under traffic. He can't get it to go. Blue Devils are really starting to struggle here.
Here's another breakout.
And Hoover gets the steal. Hoover goes up.
Oh, he's got him wide open.
Yep. Sprague goes up and in for 2.
Sorry, Brian. Not that I didn't trust you. I took that one dribble. I didn't think you saw him.
Blue Devils get a little break there because after that Mills, they would have gotten another bucket. Van Syok shot in and out, tapped out, and Gimby will get it. Goes to Gelsinger. Gelsinger to Sprague. Sprague's just going to go hard up against the glass. Can't get it to go. Tapped away. Stoller comes with it. Comes back out to Hoover. Hoover with the three-pointer. No. He struggled from three line. Oh, Stoller gets it. Actually, Gelsinger went up and knocked down Wade Mills as they both went for it. And Stoller gets the bucket. And Greencastle, now it's 55-48, a 7-point deficit. Myers in, Gelsinger out. This is, I think you got to get Myers into the ball game. He's another shooter, though Gelsinger started out well. But plenty of time left, 4:43, nothing to panic about.
No, there's a ton of time left. Shippensburg continues to have problems getting the ball in bounds.
Finally get it into Gufferson, almost stolen away by
Got to be careful with that because that creates numbers the other way. Oh, my. Oh, they're very fortunate. 4 guys just watched the point guard dribble right down the lane.
Spencer Myers, Stoller. Stoller drives, dumps to Sprague. Sprague fakes, goes up. He fought too hard. I think he should have just gone ahead and shot it right off.
I think you're right.
But he thought that Mills would be there. And Shippensburg wants the timeout. 30-second variety. 4:16 up on the clock after the timeout.
I'm concerned about Greencastle's body language, Greg. They've got to match what Shippensburg's bringing to the table right now. No one's going to give this to them.
No.
You've got to, it's going to get hard. There's 4 minutes. They're down 7. There's tons of time. There's no reason to be worried about that. You got plenty of time. All you need is 2 3-pointers to drop in, and you're right back in the ball game. So you just have to keep playing your game. But the one thing they can't do is they have to sprint back on defense. And defense has been one of their strong points all season. And tonight it's hurt them a little bit. And it's not hurt them on the ball. It's hurt them off the ball defense. They haven't gotten good help. And, credit Shippensburg's offense. But Shippensburg's a team that only scores 52 points a game. And with half the fourth quarter left, they're at 55.
Yeah, they have certainly scored a few more points than normal. So the Blue Devils now have, it is that situation, and I wouldn't be surprised. Sometimes Ray Staver likes to slow things down.
Yes, he does.
Oh, they just threw it away. No one touched it. It's out of bounds underneath. First turnover of the quarter for Shippensburg. That will be their 6th of the ball game.
And that wasn't even close.
No.
Nobody broke, and he just threw it out of bounds. That was very bizarre.
So Blue Devils get a little break here. Chance to bring within 5 or 4. Staying with that. Are they in a straight man?
They're a straight man now.
Straight man to man. Blue Devils have sometimes trouble getting a quick bucket.
Yes. They don't have a lot of what I'll call quick hitting plays where you just run and you have an option 1-2. That's really not what Coach Martin likes to do. He likes to run that continuity offense. As Shippensburg continues to struggle here, but that's one way to stop struggling.
Oh, they're going to get it to Hoover.
Yeah.
They're going to say, after Hoover had the air ball, they're going to say that was a charge. The way Casey's looking there, I'm not sure that he even agrees with it.
Well, Wade Mills made a good point. He said he started falling before I touched him. And Casey just got up very quickly and just walked away and got the ball. It looked like a charge, but he's probably right. Casey started going down before he got there. That Mills he's a special athlete, though.
They just threw it away. The Blue Devils did. Everybody on the floor seemed like, and then a foul from Gimby.
And that's not a bad foul.
No.
They had a break out there. That's not a bad foul at all. A lot of guys get down when they foul or things like that, but sometimes it's not a bad play. It's not a bad play at all.
Gelsinger reporting back in for Sprague. 3:21 remaining, 55-48. Ship up on top of this one. They have the ball. The Blue Devils in a man-to-man full-court press. Gufferson will go up against Stoller and Gimby. Cross-court pass
throw it away.
They threw it away.
Well, and that was a benefit of them stepping out of bounds, or that's a way up the other way.
Yeah, because Greencastle would have had it.
Yep, Gustafson just dribbled right to where you can't go, and they took it. He took it right into the dead zone right here, right in front of us.
So the Blue Devils now, they need a bucket in a big time way. I know that's easier said than done. There's Gimby. Yes, and he got fouled by Mills. Holy cow, that's a 4-point play.
And that time Mills got it. There was no question.
Mills with the foul, his third. And Gimby with a huge three. Gives him 14 on the night and a chance to bring this one back to a 3-point ball game. Blue Devils, just when you think, Rick, they're out of it, and you said, hey, it's only 2 3-pointers away.
You know, they're not out of it because the way Shippensburg plays. You know, it just feels like those 9-point leads should be 20-point leads.
Yes.
And they're just not. They're spectacular when they score, but they don't score enough.
They don't score enough.
And, you know, both Hickman can be spectacular. Mills, we've seen some follow-up dunks, some great moves. Hickman, some step-back threes. But Shippensburg just doesn't do it enough, you know, so their points are prettier, but they still count for the same. So, you know, there's a case where, and that's the first time I've seen that. Brian did a great job of reading and not just being a robot going around in that motion offense. He stepped out on it, and they switched, and there was no way to get out on the 3-ball.
Gimby, yes, he gets the free throw to fall. 15 points for him tonight.
Shippensburg should be able to throw right over top of it. Oh, he walked with the ball. I mean, they are senior laden, and size-wise, they should be able to throw right over the top of this press.
By the way, Faulkner made a 3 at half court at the end of the third quarter. Blue Devils, Lady Devils 52-19 is the current score down there. They will move on and looking for that showdown with Bowling Springs sooner or later. They got a few games to get in between that.
Now this is tough. Ben Freeman just checked in, hasn't played all game with 2 minutes to go. And that's a tough deal.
Blue Devils have the basketball. Stoller, we got balls down the field. We got all balls went rolling. They were giving them away at halftime. Never give away. Gelsinger, fake pump, Gimby. Look to shoot, almost threw it to us, and we're not playing. 2-6. Gimby. He had Freeman he thought was gone, and that's going to be a turnover for the
and that's tough, and they're going to take Ben out, and that's just tough when you just haven't played at all.
Yes.
And so that's a tough one there. I just still don't understand why Shippensburg, they almost turn it back over. Why they just don't throw over the top.
They finally get it across half court this time, and they'll set up their offense. Blue Devils trying to do a little trapping, and they look to trap when they can. 3-pointer down from the other side. That is Hickman with the bucket.
Back to what I said, the points are prettier.
Yeah,
but it's still only 2 possessions, Greg.
Now we're at a 6-point deficit. Gimby out to Sprague.
That was a nice catch.
Yep, Sprague to Hoover. Hoover going to try to get some things going. They're going to call a foul.
Okay, now this is important, Greg. The next foul for either team moves them into the 1-and-1. So there's 1:40 left, and that's important for Greencastle because they may want to start thinking about putting Shippensburg at the line sooner than later. So every coach has different philosophies on that, but I'm sure Shippensburg is going to be in no hurry. So Greencastle may have to force that a little earlier. Some teams wait so long, and then even if the other team, that's a bad shot.
That was way out, and he wasn't as set as normal, and he had Mills on him. And
he's got Mills wide open down there.
Hickman on the rebound. Yep, Staver gets it to Gustafson.
I would foul
here too. Minute 18. And Hickman with his 15th and 16th point. We said he was the one.
Yep.
Double dribble. Yep. That's going to hurt the Blue Devils here.
Yeah, he kind of got caught up on his hip there.
Gelsinger out from Myers. Blue Devils now down by 8.
Now you got a foul.
Yeah. Trying to run that, unless you get a steal right here, if not, foul right here.
You're just not going to have enough time to come back, Greg, if you don't start fouling.
Got a foul, and you have to try to get a go. They'll get the ball back up court. And tell you what, Shippensburg at times has given us opportunities.
Yeah, that was unforced. Again, Ben Freeman's going to check in for Sprague here.
Trying to get a three-point shooter in there.
But they don't have to panic. They can take the ball to the bucket.
Freeman, not Freeman, Pistola rolls in and out. And the foul on Freeman on the foul.
That was a good shot, but you don't, he was open and was one of your shooters, so there's no problem with that. But you don't have to force a three right now.
This will be Lutz into the ball game for Freeman for the rebounding. Mills to the free throw line. Mills with 16 points.
And 63% foul shooter. That didn't look too good.
No, it didn't. Rebound. Lutz kept it alive. Got it to Spencer Myers. Spencer Myers.
That was a bad pass.
Douglason comes up with a steal.
And he's a heady player. He's going back out. They got a foul.
Yeah, got a foul. We're trying to get him to foul here.
Got a foul, fellas.
Well, they're not. I don't quite. Got a timeout.
Yeah, I don't understand why we're not fouling.
No, I don't either. 26 seconds left. This one all.
Especially after watching Mills just brick that foul shot.
Yeah. It's going to be a full timeout. That gives us an opportunity here to tell you that if you're planning a home improvement project, be ready to handle the mess with the Baxter dumpsters in a bag from Waste Management. It's easy to use and strong enough to hold up to 3,300 pounds of debris. One call to Waste Management and the debris will be gone. Buy your Baxter today at Home Improvement Retailer or visit thebaxter.com to learn more. For some reason, in the middle of that read, I envision Criminal Minds, that one of those that buy a Baxter. It's you can put a few bodies in there. So that's not the intention, my friends. Not the intention. MidPenBroadcasting.com right here on the Evan M. Trust Sports Network and GameTimePA.com. Greg and Rick at Shippensburg, and it looks like Shippensburg will get their second win over the Blue Devils. They will snap a two-game losing streak, but more importantly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've won only one out of the last 6.
This is a big win for Shippensburg for a lot of reasons. Because what happens, Greg, you're over halfway through your season. You've been doing this since November. The kids almost need a reason to get reinvigorated, if that makes sense. And it's hard when you're not winning. And they have just had a heck of a time inbounding the ball.
Yeah, they have. And there's a foul and send Gufferson to the line. The Blue Devils will be mired into a middle of a 3-game losing streak, and they have the Lone, which isn't having the best season, on Monday with a chance to regroup there. And then it's JB on Tuesday, and JB's been playing well. But they get them at Greencastle, so that will be a benefit to them.
Yep, they still have Chambersburg coming up. Where this really hurts Greencastle, obviously it hurts them for the league as Brian Gemby fouls out. Shippensburg, as you said, it has control of the league, plus any tiebreakers. They've beat them twice.
Right.
But this will drop them down again. Greencastle's wins, still looking for a signature win, I think it's fair to say, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. I think this would have been one of them.
This definitely would have been one of them, especially at Shippensburg.
Second and 2, Gufferson hits both of them, and that'll give them the 10-point lead, biggest lead of the night. Hoover picks it up. I'm not sure what happened there.
I think Casey kicked it, but it was unintentional, and I think that he actually corrected himself. It's not an automatic call that it's a kick ball.
Right. Hoover just trying to go to make some things happen. He can't get it to go.
You know what is weird, Greg? We've said this a bunch of times. It's going to end up being about a 10-point win.
Hoover finally hits a 3-pointer.
7-point win. It feels like Shippensburg won by 10 tonight.
Yeah.
Is that a fair statement?
Fair statement. It really is. And that will be the ball game. 62-55 is the final score. And the Blue Devils will suffer the defeat to the hands of the Shippensburg Greyhounds. And the Greyhounds will storm the court, sort of. And
that's fun for the kids. That's controlled. It's not crazy. It's just kids celebrating with kids. It's what it is.
security guards sort of like shaking their heads like, what do we do now? But, just let them go. So this ball game has come to a conclusion, and we will go to the postgame show. As always, brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local area insurance agent serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding areas. Antrim Insurance, 169 South Antrim Way, Greencastle, 1685 East Main Street in Waynesboro. Ricky at the fourth quarter, obviously dominated a little bit by 18 points from Shippensburg, while the Blue Devils managed only 13 points, and that will give them that what you said was felt like a 10-point lead victory, and it was only really going to be a 7-point victory. But Shippensburg, they controlled the ball game. They just never, even though the Devils kept coming, just seemed like the Blue Devils never had a chance to go ahead and win this one.
Greencastle, and correct me if I'm wrong, you always keep a running score. I'm not sure they ever actually took the lead. They would tie it. It would go to 6. They would cut it down to 1. They would tie it. It would go back to 5.
One lead back in the first quarter, 6-5.
Okay, so
yep.
So I was agreement.
For all intent and purposes, you are right on that one.
So what happens is when you never take the lead, you work so hard playing from behind, and the way Shippensburg plays, a 6-point lead is a decent-sized lead. They don't turn the ball over. They don't force a lot of things, and that's one of the few teams that I feel played us. They did not try to full court press. I think a lot of teams have tried to do that, and that gets us in a flow a lot of times. Coach David did a real nice job changing defenses, constantly had Greencastle not allowing them to get in the flow. Saw some good things from the Blue Devils. Brian Gemby started to get a little hot there. Ian Gelsinger came out smoking. So some positive things to go on. I think the biggest concern, if you're Greencastle now, is you drop to 8-5. Again, 2 of those wins are against Maryland teams.
Right.
So for PIAA standards, you're 6-5. 2 of your wins against Waynesboro. That's not going to help you out a whole lot in the power rankings. So, overall, you got to be concerned of where this drops you.
We're chatting here, as we do sometimes.
One of the big bosses was here.
Yeah, that's right. Tell me what's going on in life. There's a general concern too for your overall psyche. You just
absolutely.
Just lost 3 in a row, and now you got to get back on the winning ways. And I thought, I think what happened in those 2 games against Red Land and Red Lion, they really thought they could have won those ball games, and they really could have won those ball games. And then to lose those 2 and now come out here tonight to lose this one, that makes it just a little bit tougher. Blue Devils will drop to 8-5, 5-2 in the league, and for Shippensburg 9-6, 7-1 in the league. Let's run down the scoring first for the winners on this one. It was Wade Mills with 16 points and Shunton Hickman with 16 points.
They are by far the best duo we have seen this year.
Yes, I would agree with you wholeheartedly. Van Syok added 8 points for the winners, 10 points out of Tegan Staber. That's a big scoring night for Tegan. And then they got 6 points out of Cody Gufferson. So that's their starting 5. They did get Kavanaugh with 2 and Hauser with 2 on free throws, but most of it came from their starting 5. Most of it came from their 2 big scorers, as you would think it would be the case. Solar ended up with 6, Spencer Myers with 4, 7 points, Sam Sprague, 7 points for Ian Gelsinger. So they did get it around a little bit. 15 points for Brian Gimby, and though it did not seem like Hoover had a great game offensively, and certainly not one of his better one offensively, he ended the night with 14 points as he hits that 3 late in the ball. And so that's the scoring for the Blue Devils. So
he's a true scorer, Greg. When you're a true scorer, somehow at the end of the day, you play well, you do a little bit, whatever, you fill that last column up on the scorebook, and he does that.
So the Blue Devils will have to collect themselves, get back together here, and try to do what they can do best and pick up. And Rick, final thoughts on this one, since we can't go to commercial. We won't be able to, we can just say, what's your final thoughts, man?
Final thoughts are real simple. I think for Greencastle, they've got to get this turned around. They've lost to 3 quality opponents, and I think that's the biggest thing if you're them. And you and I talked about it, and we were looking at the schedule. We were concerned about this stretch. Can we take that next step? it's an all an evolutionary process. It's one thing to beat the bottom teams. You know, a lot of people thought Greencastle was going to be pretty good this year, picking for second in the league. They have gotten to that point, but JB will be a nice test for them. I think DeLone Catholic will be a test. They're not. Northeastern's going to be a very tough test coming in. Spring Grove's going to be a very, and then they have Chambersburg again. So you look at where they're going to pick up their next quality wins. And you know, you really want to stay out, and even if you do make the playoffs, which would be a great step anyway, if you don't make the top 16, you've got to get involved in the play-in games, and it gets very, very difficult to move in. And so I think if you're Greencastle, what you got to do is you've got to figure out how to get more consistent on the offensive end. And you might want to start thinking about, everyone's seen you a little bit. They're kind of getting on to that man-to-man. Maybe just mix in, you know, I know Martin likes that 1-3-1 a little bit. And you don't have to go to it all the time, but just every once in a while that in to make it a little more effective.
See what the Blue Devils can do when they travel to DeLone on Monday night. I will say this, DeLone Catholic, in my humble opinion, one of the toughest places to play because their lighting is terrible.
Their lighting is terrible, and their rims, I think we're back in 1947. We took our freshman team there the last couple of years.
In 1947, I think.
My father graduated from Bishop McDevitt High School in the 50s, and he would always tell me about the Catholic school gyms and then what it was, and I said, I've seen it.
You've seen it. You've seen it. And, you know, we had terrible lighting until just this year when we got new lighting, but it was still not as bad as DeLone. So it should be an interesting night. Interesting trip to McSherry's down for us on Monday night, and then we return home. We'll have that game for you, and as we will have the girls' game against DeLone, Gary Klein will be down calling that one, and then we return to have the James Buchanan Rockets come to town on that Tuesday. So,
and just on behalf of us at Mid-Penn Broadcasting, congratulations to Hannah Chris for achieving her 1,000 points tonight, and you know, another great accomplishment for the girls program, and hopefully that came in a winning effort.
It did. They won by they won. My phone has gone dead because I was trying to text everybody trying to get getting all the things squared away, but because of that I don't have the final score, but they did win down there, so congratulations to them. Our post-game show has been brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding areas. Antrim Insurance, located at 169 South Antrim, Greencastle, and 1685 East Main Street in Waynesboro. Tonight's game has been a production of MidPennBroadcasting.com. Our next broadcast will be Monday evening as the Blue Devils travel to DeLone Catholic. Tip-off scheduled for 7:30. Our airtime approximately 7:20 p.m. This broadcast brought to you by F&M Trust. Pay less rate and get more great this fall with a special offer on home equity line of credit. Learn more at FNMTrustonline.com, an equal housing lender. Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent. Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency serving the tri-state area for 35 years. Lecron Comfort Solutions, serving all of Franklin County with professional service and installation. And Klein's Tours, New York City, Atlantic City, and more. Visit KleinStores.net for a complete tour schedule. Again, our final score this evening, it is Shippensburg 55-62, the Blue Devils 55. Remember, if you can't make it to the game, join us for all the action right here on the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com. Our camera operator has been Darby. For Rick Lewis and the entire Mid-Penn Broadcasting team, this is Greg Hoover. Have a good evening, everyone.